Hi, I'm an old guy and I do maths. What is the equation of this sine graph? Now, I specified that this was a sine graph so that nobody would think that it was possibly a cosine graph that had been moved to the left or the right. Cosine graphs and sine graphs are sort of 90 degrees out of sync with each other, but if you move one of them by 90 degrees, you'll see that it fits perfectly across the other. This is a sine graph. Now, the standard equation of a sine graph is y equals sine of x. Now, I've left some gaps. We're going to discuss what's happened to the sine graph, and we're going to fill in each of these gaps as we go. So let's deal with the easy stuff first. We now have an amplitude of 3. So the 3 goes there. What that does is it changes this from having an amplitude of 1 to an amplitude of 3. So from the median point here, the top of the range is 6 and the bottom of the range is 0. Okay. Now, I mentioned this. Let's deal with this. This has moved the entire graph from being centered on 0, having a median of 0, to having a median of 3. So let's put that there. That's the amplitude. That moves this graph up. If it were minus, it would move it down. Okay. What about this? Which means we have to discuss this. Well, the period of a sine graph is 2 pi on n. And in this case, 2 pi on n equals 24. And we need to find out what n is. So, how do we go about that? Well, 2 pi on 24 should equal n. Right. Well, not much could be simpler. Let's just cancel that, the 2 and the 24. That becomes 1, that becomes 12, and that equals n. So the value of n is pi on 12. Now, let's just see that in action and see how this works. 2 pi on 12. That's n. And we're figuring out what the period of this is. So for our trouble, for working this out, we should get 24, which of course is an integer. It's not a radian value. And coincidentally, if you want to know how you get integers on the x-axis, this is how. So this is equal to 2 pi on 1 times, where are we? We save this, we change the division to a multiplication, and we flip the what am I talking about? We flip this fraction. For some reason, I just couldn't say that. Now, if we do that, we can cancel that, and we can cancel that, and we get 2 times 12, which is 24 over 1. A period is 24. And so that is why the equation of this graph looks like this. Okay, I hope that was helpful. I'm sure that some of you at least have been mystified by how you get numbers along here, integers along here, rather than measurements in radians. That's how. Thank you very much for watching. If you did find this useful, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.